Since the last video, I have made a little bit of progress. As you can see, I'm level 19 now. I'm one step closer to level 20, so I can unlock the fourth team slot in the team menu, so I can have four bots in the quest instead of just three. I have also unlocked two-star bots, so you can also see that I have three of them. And I do have a few down here that I haven't upgraded as well, so I probably should upgrade them too. Now, Windblade in particular, I made a mistake. When I bought this character from the store using the bot chips, I thought she was a scout class. I forgot that this version of the game, they changed her class type to warrior. But you know what? It's not a big little mistake that I regret because Windblade is still a very strong character in general. She still does really good bleed damage. So I'll probably make use of her on the team as we traverse through chapter 2 because now I actually want to go back and 100% the maps that I think I can 100%. As you can see, I already got to chapter 4, but I won't start it until I kind of clear all of these maps and just kind of complete them. So, and that's going to be the goal for this video, is to just see if I can get some maps 100%ed and also get to level 20. And that will probably be it for today's video. As for what I want to talk about while I'm, playing the game, I guess I can talk about maybe a strange uh transition period that I'm going through right now in my life that regards to not having to go to school anymore. Yeah, maybe we can talk about that. So, as I've said in maybe one of my videos or in my shorts, I graduated from UCI back in June, and since I no longer am going to school anymore, this period has been very interesting and also scary because now this is where the true stressful difficulties of life comes in. Finding a job. And I have sent out a lot of job applications to a lot of places and I'm still waiting for responses. I really hope they do respond back. Now there were I believe there was one of them that responded, but I had to decline the job because I made a mistake where when I submitted it, I didn't realize it was far away. By far, I mean like on a good day with no traffic, it would take 45 minutes to get there, which is still pretty far. And since gas is expensive, 45 minutes every single day going to that location for this job is not worth it, especially when you have to drive on the highway to get there. So it was like an after school program that was from like 3 to 6 p.m. And that's not really a full-time job. That's like a part-time job right there, right? It's only like I think a few hours and then you're off work and you have to drive. And that highway is terrible during like the weekdays because at 6 p.m. that's when it's like crowded with cars. Um and I decided it's not worth it because the pay is also the same as like this other place that I am applying to or I sent an application to, and it's also another one of these kind of like after school programs that I sent my resume to see if I can get hired there as a tutor, and it's more closer. So I decided, screw it, I'm not gonna take that job. I told them, or not do an interview. It doesn't mean I'll get the job, but even doing the interview, I would have to actually go to the location physically, and that's still not worth the drive. So yeah, because go there, do the interview, it doesn't mean you're guaranteed to, be hired. So, and now I'm just waiting for like another job to basically say, hey, we're gonna give you an interview and then see what happens after. So I'm trying to get at least that first step in, right? I haven't ever gotten a job interview before. So there was another job that I almost had a job interview too. We even scheduled and everything, but the guy conducting the interview, let's just say he quit a job on the day that was supposed to be the interview. I mean, the day before actually, he quit the job. So I didn't even get a chance to actually go, which is unfortunate. And that was before graduation. And you know what? It's not like the end of the world. I mean, certain things happen and it sucks, but I mean, it's just how life is. Life isn't always, fun for all of us. That's why I'm making these videos as a way to escape from life sometimes when I feel like I need to. And yeah, but the job hunting sort of thing that's going on right now with me is fascinating and also interesting. Um, as well as the fact that it's just like this is reality right now. Like this is like I don't have to go to school anymore. That is kind of crazy. Like it's not something I'm used to yet. You know, like even during those 2 months after graduation from July to August, I still have like look, certain moments where I just wake up thinking that I have an assignment due, even though it's like summer. It's like, well, what's going on? It's summer right now. There's no school. I don't go to summer school. But for some reason, I'm having those kind of thoughts, and it's like, oh, this is not good. Like, this is a transition from school to like finding a job now that I have to literally get used to and hope that, I can slowly, enter a new chapter in my life, I guess. Yeah, it's maybe some of you can relate too. Maybe some of you guys graduated just like me recently, and now you're also in the job market looking for, a job and sending out applications and hoping that you get, a job interview and eventually get hired. I mean, that's basically what I'm trying to do. But everybody has been telling me, like even friends of mine that have worked a job for at least like a year or two now because they graduated before me, even they're telling me like, hey, it's not the end of the world if you don't find a job within the year because it's normal, right? You don't ever find your first job right away. But what they're telling me to do is, even though you can't expect to get a job right away within the first year that you basically don't go to school, it doesn't mean you stop. You have to keep sending applications and just keep trying and trying until one of them reaches out and be like, hey, we're going to give you an interview. And after the interview, if they're like, oh, you're good, and then you're hired. So it's it's just how things are. So I'm not going to let this pressure destroy me. I'm going to keep um, focusing on it and keep pushing, and hopefully, maybe by the end of this year or next or sometime next year, I'll have my first job. I hope. I really do. Gotta stay optimistic, right? That's what I always tell myself. But as for, I guess, like other things, like my figure hobby, we could talk about some things related to what's going on there. I don't like what's going on with the DC multiverse line right now in some areas that I've expressed in other videos, but I haven't really went into like the complete breakdown of it. I kind of want to just talk about like certain things I'm not a fan of. And I want to start with the platinum thing, the platinum edition. So platinum editions are technically like chase versions of like these figures that you can find, but they're like surprisingly supposed to be really rare. You're not gonna find them at all. Or if you do, it's like winning the lottery, right? And the question recently released. I saw images of it in a Walmart, and now this is infuriating me even more than I had before when it was announced as a platinum version. Because one thing that I was not a fan of was when they started to transition their platinum editions into actual new figures. And that right there is just absolutely stupid. these characters are brand new characters to this line. It's unfair that people like consumers who actually want these characters can't even get them normally. And even if they find them, it's like a one out of how many chances that you'll find them in the store. It's really like, rare to find a platinum edition sometimes. You might get lucky and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I found them." But you're like one of the lucky fews while everybody else is like, "Wow, I can't even find it, and I might have to go to Frankincense or some place that might sell it for like more than how much the retail price costs." And I think this is why, um, in this recent period, with all these crazy releases, with more platinum, more gold labels, more store exclusives, basically in general, and also these chase variants, it's kind of making me just want to like quit hunting for new figures because how am I going to hunt for some of them, right? Some of the ones I actually want. Like, for example, I want the Question because I love his character in the Justice League animated TV show from back in the day. And he was one of the cooler characters from the Unlimited series. And I've really liked, the character's like personality, the way he views things, the way like the best moment that this character had in that series, I think absolutely I think the scene is probably still the best. It's when he questions Superman about their little trip to the other world where they saw evil versions of themselves. And he was basically asking him, like, how am I supposed to trust you that you will never turn evil, right? It's like the whole questioning, like, will Superman ever go rogue and become basically a dictator and just do, you know, horrible things, right? And the fact that he's able to even piss off Superman, but of course Superman held back because Superman doesn't kill, right? The Superman that we know doesn't do evil things. It just shows that even Superman realizes he's not wrong about that. It's like, what if we do go rogue one day? There's always a chance. It's like a possibility. And there have been other moments where this character has also had like shining moments in the stories. Um, I can't remember all of them, but for a figure like him who's so simple, right? He wears like regular civilian clothes where it's like a suit and everything is all blue. He just looks like a normal guy, but then his face is like basically that's something I've never actually looked into why his face looks the way it does. Maybe it's a mask. I think it's a mask. You don't see his eyes. You don't see his mouth. You don't see anything. It's just like a blank face. It kind of reminds me of Rorschach from Watchmen. So, but you have a character like this that a lot of people who grew up with that show probably watched and probably would want a figure of, right? He's in the blue attire that he was wearing in that cartoon. And this company, the head of this company, I don't know who thought it was a good idea to be like, let's make this a platinum edition chase. And now every one of us who knows this character, who wants this figure, will never be able to get one. If you do get one, then you're lucky. If you can't, then it's because again, it's the stupid chase variant type crap. And they've done this in other lines. I mean, not this company. I mean, Funko Pop does chase variants, right? But I mean, Funko Pops are a little bit different. I think Funko Pop's doing it is okay because it's like, oh, those are just like collectibles, right? They don't move. You just either you leave them in the box or you put them in the drawer. But action figures should not still utilize this kind of method of like, releases, in my opinion. I mean, for example, I've already said that store exclusives are already like terrible as they are sometimes, and I don't like it when McFarlane does it with their DC Multiverse figures. I don't like it when Hasbro does it with their figures, like with Marvel Legends and even sometimes Transformers and even Power Ranger Lightning Collection when that was still a thing. With some of those releases being like Walgreen exclusive or something, right? Or even Amazon exclusive. But at least Amazon exclusive, you have a better chance because it's on Amazon. So I'm just saying this is even worse than that. This is worse than store exclusivity. This is basically like now you have to hope and gamble that you can find this figure. You basically have to hunt even harder than you did before with regular toy hunts for something that's supposed to be rare. And I hope that they stop doing this because the the good thing about the McFarlane multiverse community is that when people do not like what they're doing, they will complain. They will bitch about it and they will call it out. And back then, people didn't like the side eyes. And guess what? They stopped doing the side eyes. People don't like the platinum stuff, and I'm hoping that they don't continue with it. Right? They cut back on it. So yeah, in terms of the figure collecting side of things, I've been very like just I don't know. I've been more like it's like a relationship, you know? It's like you love it, but then you hate certain things they do sometimes, like certain releases, you just hate the fact that it's being released this way, and then it just makes you want to like just I don't know, just just give up on the hobby. But then at the same time, I don't want to give up on this hobby. But again, it's really unfair for people who actually want this figure because now they really have to find it. And if they don't, then the last resort is to pay a third party for, um, you know, for a better, like basically pay higher so you can actually get it, which I don't think is fair, right? So I don't like the way that McFarlane has been releasing things for the last couple months now. There have been a lot of releases that I can't really think of right now. But if I ever make like another video talking about like certain releases that I felt were just like what the heck, um, it would definitely be these platinum ones for sure. So in terms of new figures that were revealed, yeah, there's another wave of Batmans. I made a community post, showing the pictures of them, and I I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. It's just not. I'm not surprised anymore, right? It's like Batman sold 365 days a year, so there's always gonna be Batman figures anyways. But I wish they do slow down with them. Like instead of doing like three per wave, like what you just revealed last week, maybe just do one per wave. I don't know. Slow it down. I mean, and this is the other thing I don't like too. It's like what character what was the last solo release character in a solo release that was not Batman? Oh, it's Cyborg Superman. But all the other characters that we want, for those of us who collects the line, right? uh, it's not the same. It really isn't. We can't even get those characters. And then on top of that, when we do, guess what? It's either an exclusive to Target, Walmart, Amazon, locked behind a two-pack, right? Or it's a collector edition. And this kind of model is getting crazier and crazier, where it just feels like, man, it just feels absolutely like greedy. I don't know. That's how I feel. I mean, if you have a different opinion on this, if you collect this line, I'm all ears to hear that too. But every single time they post something new, I just expect like, oh, what is it gonna be today? Like, is it gonna be something new, something we don't have, something that's not collector edition? And look, I get it. These Batman, they're not, they are new figures, but are they actually new figures when they reuse molds? I don't know. I mean, one of the things that I missed about what McFarlane used to do a lot was the fact that they did not reuse molds all too often. But of course, as the company is now just gaining all these other IPs and making figures for all these other stuff, they have to allocate resources to those too. So that's probably why certain releases now just like are reusing the same body bucks. And I kind of had a feeling this would happen sooner or later as the toy line continued with DC Multiverse. But it's not like completely bad, right? So this was bound to happen anyways, naturally. But what I'm trying to say is, I wish we can go back to like maybe some new characters, even if they reuse the body block, right? Let's just say they do. At least be brand new characters we've never had in this line. That's all I'm asking for. Um, I don't mind the Batman releases consistently, but at least mix it in with like actual, character that we don't have yet. So, and they don't always have to be collector's edition, please. But that's basically what that subline is, right? So, yeah, that's just how I feel right now when it comes to DC Multiverse as a whole. It's just every time something new gets announced, I always find some sort of problem I have with it. I don't know if I'm just being like stubborn now with that line. I mean, that's what happens when you're so invested in like one figure line the most. You start to have like this love and hate relationship with it. So yeah. Um I don't know what else to like say about it. As for like Marvel Legends, I've never really had this problem because I don't really collect Marvel Legends like all the time. I only buy the figures like here and there when I have to. So, yeah, the hobby is, getting there now. It's taking a toll on me. And luckily right now I'm also going on like, I don't want to say it's like a like a break, but I am slowing down with my collecting because I feel like I'm at a good point right now where every new release for this line, I don't have to get right away. And it actually feels great to not spend money on like anything new for a little bit of time because one, I get to save the money, and two, um, I don't need all these releases right away. I really don't. I mean, maybe there are like a few that I really want to get right away if I can find them, right? Like, I mean, the Parallax Sinestro that they also revealed last week. I do want to find that, of course. The Question definitely is on my radar if I can even find them at all. But yeah, like, those two characters, for example, I do want figures up and I do want to find them. But every everything else, like those three new Batmans that are up for pre-order, and they'll probably come out in like maybe November, and then even the stuff coming out in November, right? Like the Red Hood and the Cyborg. I don't need those right now. I can live without them, and then I can get them in the future when they go on sale, and then maybe then I'll make a video on them, right? Luckily for me, I've had so many figures that I've collected over the years from this line that I can just make a good amount of videos for them, like just talking about them on this channel. So I still have that to lean back on. And as well as doing Force to Fight videos again, I have all kinds of things I can do, right? So this channel, like I said, is for me to document my two favorite things that I like doing, playing video games and collecting action figures. But the whole collecting aspect of it is going to be slower now than it was back then. I feel like if I made these videos back in the day, you guys would have seen how crazy these toy hunts would have been if I actually recorded them. Like it was just some of them were a pain to do, like to go, constantly go out and just go look for it. And I don't know if I'll record a toy hunt ever. Maybe I will. I'm just kind of scared of recording one, mainly because like um it's already hard enough for me to talk in these videos, but I'm getting like a little bit better at talking in my videos now and being more comfortable. But just imagine doing that in public. I'm not used to that yet. I've never done that before. And also, I don't want to get the video copyrighted because when you go into these retail stores, they do like playing like music in the background, and I'm always scared like, well, that music might affect the video and I might get a copyright strike on that video, so I don't want to do that. So, um, but I'll see. I'll see what I want to do. Maybe I might do a toy hunt video in the future, basically like looking for Parallax Sinestro or a question. I don't know what I'll title it, but if I do feel like making that video, it will happen. But for now, toy hunt videos are probably not going to be too not too common. I did record something before where I kind of wanted to like post a short where I found um Max Mercury and the Vampire Shazam, but I did not upload it because I was like, maybe when I do a toy hunt video, we could actually a do something like this instead of making a short. I don't know. I had ideas, but again, it just fell flat because I was too scared to talk in the video because I'm like in public, right? Like when you're in these stores, you're technically in a public space. So usually when I go into the figure section, I usually look at it really quickly, and if I don't see anything, I just leave because like that's how I usually hunt for all my action figures. Like if there's nothing there, then time to leave because I don't want to waste my time here. I don't want to go somewhere else or go home. So or go to another store, right? So yeah, toy hunt and also DC Multiverse. All this combined is stressful, but you know, it's we all have hobbies and sometimes we're able to bear with it. We can deal with it, but I guess right now I'm just happy that I'm slowly getting a break and it's not happening all too often where I have to go figure hunting. I mean, last month in August, I spent most of August like hunting for Fire from the Target exclusive like Geekathon wave for DC Multiverse, and I eventually did find her, which was really cool. But again, like 1 month just to look for like one figure is crazy, right? Like I don't know if that's like it's that's not fun to do. Like every single weekend, go to a Target, right? And just look for the figure and hope that she's there. It's not an easy thing to do. So, yeah, it's just yeah, that's where my life is right now when it comes to all of this, right? It's not just you know, it's not just like my life, like finding a job, but also when it comes to this hobby, it's also getting up there and it's also becoming stressful now too. So, but it doesn't mean I'll quit. All right. Sometimes it could be stressful, but it is what it is. And I enjoy doing it. I enjoy going out there to hunt for these figures. So no matter how much I complain about it and how much I don't like, toy hunting sometimes. Sometimes when you do find something, it is a fun, thrill to have. I mean, I've been going to Ross a lot lately because Ross tends to have certain things that you never expect to show up at a Ross. I mean, there's this one thing I'm hoping I can find. It's probably not gonna happen, but someone found a Marvel Legend 5 pack. I think it's the one with the Strife in it, from what I can remember. It had Strife and it had like a few other characters, right? So it's like a 5 pack. And this set retails, I believe, for like close to like $120 or $150. I don't remember how much it was when it came out. They found this at Ross for like 24.99. And I was like, what the heck? 24.99? And you have to remember, a Marvel Legend retails for 24.99 by itself, right? Imagine paying that much for 5 Marvel Legends at a Ross. That is well, yeah, that is a steal, pretty much. So I am hoping that I can find that set the next time I go to Ross. But, you know, I haven't found it yet, and I don't know what the chances are of me ever finding it at all. But again, um, that's why I enjoy hunting, because toy hunting is probably one of the funnest things that I can do to just relax sometimes. Like when I'm doing something related to my hobby, or I guess right now playing video games and getting destroyed by Blaster, as you can see. So, yeah. So that's that. And yeah, there's not much else going on right now. My life is pretty much like simple. Nothing crazy happens. I like the simplistic life. I like doing things simple. Like my entire goal right now is basically find a job and have savings, pay back my student loans, right? And then also, hopefully, one day when I'm financially stable, move out and also be able to, support my hobby and also pay my taxes. That's pretty much it. There's nothing else that I want in life but these things that I do that I have fun doing. So easy and simple. Well, not easy, but simple. So, all right. We are fighting Slipstream now, and oh my goodness, this is. I think we should be able to take her down. Come on. Oh, that's probably why they made her a warrior class. It's because she's Slipstream and Windblade might be rivals or something in the story. I'm not too sure. That might be it. Come on. Oh, good. Come on. Yes. Land that bleed damage. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Okay. 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 We lost one of our guys. Oh no. We might lose her too. Yes. Okay, we're getting close to level 20. I can feel it. I can see the EXP bar. If this video is very long, I apologize, but like that's the point of this episode is to get to level 20. And I'm gonna title it the goal to level 20. That might be the title of this video, I think. Come on. I like the difficulty though. I will say this. I like the difficulty because one, I'm enjoying the game, and two, I'm playing it on a device where there's no lag. Because back when I played the original version, there was a lot of lag because my device, I guess, was a little bit older by then. I don't know. It's really weird. But at least I'm not having those kind of issues anymore. Come on, come on. But the visual glitches that you still see, though, it's crazy how those are still in here. But I mean, it is the same game, so... Come on. KO? Please? Yes! That should be a KO. Yes! Come on, please be level 20. I want to unlock that freaking team slot so I can have 4 people. No, we're so close, we're like 1 away. Oh no. We're facing this guy. This guy has like unstoppable, right? Oh, please. Okay. Alright, you're the final obstacle and you have evade too. What the heck? Come on. Come on. Come on. No! No, 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 no. Please, please, please. Please work. Oh! What the heck was that? I don't... I do not like the evade. He has auto evade on! His evade never disappears! What the heck? Oh, and he has armor up too? The dark burn. There we go. Get rid of those buffs. What the heck is this? Okay. No, use your SP2. I'm not letting you use your SP3. No. No. Yeah, you could do your heavy attack. Come on. Okay, no, I'll use my freaking SP3 then. This might be a mistake. This might not be a good idea. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, he still hasn't. Yes! Yes! You have that kind of SP too. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yes! Okay, this should be it, please. This should be level 20, right? Yeah! We did it! We did it! Oh my god. We made it to level 20. Okay. Let's finish this up, and then I think we'll call it with this video. And the next one, I think we'll look into masteries. I am getting mastery points right now, every time I level up, so I do want to see like what I should put the mastery points onto, I guess. So, okay, come on. Yeah, there we go. Megatronus is just such a beast. Even though he's not maxed out right now for like rank 3, he is trucking through this. This is so good. I'm very happy. Oh my god. One of the characters that they released way too early in the game back then with the Kaban version, but you know what? It's all good. No regrets, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Take down that Sharkticon. Oh no, don't do the whole communicating. There we go. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go to the final boss, which is a 1-star, which should be very easy to take down. And wow. Come on. No, 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 no. I gotten used to this now. I gotten used to the attack patterns again. No, you dodged it. Yes! Put an end to this. Okay. That is that is the end of today's video, I guess. There we go. We did it. We made it. We hit the goal today. Oh, let's probably go back to my base. We got to level 20. We can unlock another team slot, and I will focus on getting somebody for that slot. Probably going to be a scout class or maybe a brawler. I'll decide who it is. But yeah, in the next video, I guess I will focus on whatever comes next. So with that said, if you liked this video, if you found it fun, if you like this series right now, you can give it a like. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can do that as well. If you like this content and you want to see more Fortune Fight videos as I keep going for the series, you don't have to. And with that, take care, and I will see you in the next video.